Welcome to the Hellraiser's Lament Configuration, created by Philippe Le Méchant in 1796. There are 6 unique sides that, when opened, creates a doorway to hell. So hang around a bit, because we have such sights to show you. Materials we'll need: a block of wood. The final piece will be 3x3x3. I got this one from Hobby Lobby. It already has 2 of the dimensions, it just needs to be cut to the correct length. We'll do this with our thin curved pull saw, but any saw will do. Next, some wood veneer. We'll have to darken this up later, and then some bronze adhesive foil. We're also going to need some transfer tape, wood glue, some clamps, and all our accessory tools: a burnishing tool, weeder, and some scissors. The first thing I did was measure 3 inches on each of the 4 sides. Then, using my slide square, I drew a nice line that connects all 4 of the sides. Next, using a stop block, I angled my curved blade so I can make a nice clean straight line all the way through. If we make any mistakes, we can always touch up with some sandpaper afterwards. Next, I used my block as a guide to cut out 2 strips of equal size, giving myself a little play. Then I cut a square matching each of the 6 sides and labeled them so I know they'll match up at glue up. Now it's time for glue. I then spread glue evenly on opposite sides of the block. I'm in no hurry, and I want to make sure all the sides get glued down well. I used masking tape to hold the strips down while I position the clamp. A few minutes later, I end up ditching this plan and just taped evenly on each of the sides. I'm going to let the glue set for about an hour on each side, and I'll just repeat the process 2 more times. After sanding was complete, I added a small coat of gun stock wood stain for a reddish tint. Then for the top and bottom, I added a little bit of black acrylic. So it should look about like this. Now with all that out of the way, which you could just buy a small piece of mahogany and cut out all those steps, but on a budget, it works this way. So now I'm on my Cricut design space. I was able to find some high-res images just by Googling around. And then I'm just going to carefully upload, well, not carefully, I'm just going to upload these images one at a time and add it. So I don't think, let me see, fine detail, blended colors. Yeah, we have a monochrome, so we'll just do a simple. I did a couple of tests, and with these little squares, it's a little tricky, but I'm hoping it still picks up because I've got to get this down to 3 inches. I'm going to do this one at a time, and then we'll jump to the complete. So let's go ahead and do one of the easier ones, I think. Let's go with this. We're going to add it to our canvas. Actually, we're going to do all 6 at the same time. So I know my box is 3 inches by 3 inches, and I can go in here to size, and they should, oh, they're just a touch off, down to the thousandth, tens, hundreds, thousands, yeah. I'm going to knock this down just a little bit because I don't want to go all the way to the edge. So I would say let's get this to 2.95 by 2.95. I think, I mean, it's the smallest little bit from the edge, but I need to add all of these in here. So let's go ahead. Let's make sure that one's D because the other one was C. Side C, side B. There's no rhyme or reason to how I did all that, so these should be all pretty identical. And I'm just gonna put side by side. I should be able to do 3 this way because about 11.5 with the margins. So I'll just do 3 and then 3 underneath. So yeah, you can see right here how different they are. All right, let's just keep adding these real quick. Let's go and change these. And when you have this in the lock state right here, it'll keep the ratio. So they should, it'll scale equally. If you turn that off, then you can adjust these obviously differently. So we're going to keep that locked together because I don't want it distorted or rectangular in any way. .95. We're going to go ahead and keep these somewhat together. And then I also laid out an orientation, and I'll show you that here in a minute. That will they'll help us keep our bearing when we're placing all these down. So let's go back to the beginning. Yeah, these are all within 2 or 3 thousandths of an inch, so they're really close. These two are the ones I'm really concerned with doing. Because there is so much detail. Let's move these over just a little bit. I'm gonna give some space between them. Make our life easier when we go to cut these out. So, all right, it doesn't have to be exact, but these are all 6 of our sides. As you can tell, they are different. And I tried going back to the old box cover or the cover art for the DVDs and the VHSs, and these seem to be all the images, and the orientation I have seem to be correct. Okay, we're gonna go to make it. I'm gonna do it on the mat. It's a 12 by 12 mat. Confirm that, and then it's got them all grouped up, so I'm not sure why I even bothered setting it up in there. I am fairly new with the Cricut, but it is really intuitive and a lot easier to use than I would have expected. So let's go ahead and take these up. So you can see this is the layout of your mat. Makes life really easy. I'm gonna move this weight just from the edge, just a touch. All right, so we have that. And I'm gonna do this on adhesive foil. I found a 5-pack of like all the different kind of colors. This one did have bronze in it, so I've set that up. But we just need our fine point blade, and then this is where it's gonna get loud. So now, as you can see, yeah, it's measuring the mat length. It's sliding the paper or the foil with the mat back and forth. And then, what? Oh, I just hit play. I was looking for a prompt. And now we go. This is gonna take probably 10 or so minutes. When I did the first little test, it took maybe 30 seconds, but there's a lot more, so I'll come back when I have it finished. Now that I have all the pieces cut out, it's time to apply it to our cube. I'm using my test cube here just to mess with the alignment. So this would be the top with the black. All the sides have an orangish tint. So I'm going to place that upright, and then we're going to place our first one here. So I'm going to have to carefully pull these off. Now, normally for a vinyl, I would use transfer tape, but this foil is really janky, and I don't want to deal with accidentally ripping pieces. So I'm just going to go for it. And then I think I'm going to apply a layer of matte finish. Sorry, I'm peeling, so I'm not concentrating. All right, so now I have my piece, and I want to align it, and I have this little symbol of pi upside down right here. So I'm gonna have to carefully eyeball this. I almost messed up. This has got to go on the red side. Once I'm comfortable with the placement, I'm going to start just patting this down and make sure it gets in there really nicely. Now I did notice that with the red side, or it's more of an orangey color, but with this side, the bronze kind of gets lost a little bit. So I may do a small little black wash. I just don't want to go too heavy because the wood will absorb it really heavily, so I'm gonna have to be very careful. I may do one layer of Mod Podge and then do a black wash over it, just to make sure that the bronze pops out more so than the wood. All right, we're just going to keep doing that, and I'm going to work my way around the cube. Obviously, there's a little bit of defects here and there, but for the most part, I think it came out pretty cool. Some of the spots are a little raised and don't want to go down, but what I'll probably do is take, like I said, do a little bit of Mod Podge and do a little thin coat, take some wax parchment paper, and then I will just do my little tape clamp trick. But that is, we're well on our way. I mean, we're almost done. Actually, I like it a lot. It came out pretty cool. So, leave me a comment below and tell me what you think I should build next. Remember to like, subscribe. This helps me out a lot. And until next time, bye!